Sairam children, so welcome back today with your English period, and today we are going to do active English. Children will be starting with chapter 2 today. We have already completed with chapter 1 last week. So now we'll start with chapter 2. We are going to see how to use will and shall. In our last class we learned when we use will, right? We use will or shall for requests or offers. This week we are also going to learn how to use shall. Shall is always used in the first person. That is when we are talking about I or WEV, then we will be using shall. That is when we are talking about singular, that is I, or plural, that is WEV, we can use shall. SHALL, shall. For example, shall I open the door? Shall we have lunch now? We shall never forget your kindness. Will I get my books back? Will I recover soon from viral fever? Now children, did you all notice here? In some sentences I have used shall, but in some sentences I have used will, even though I am talking about first person. I is used here, but I have used will. Like, how are we to know when should I use shall and when should I use will? Now let us see that when I have to use shall and when I have to use will. When to use shall or will in questions. Shall is used when the person who asks the question is offering to do something. The person who is talking, the person who is asking the question, is offering to help, offering to do something for you, or is initiating some action, that is he is the person who is going to do the action, then he or she can use SHALL, shall, in the question. Okay, let us see some examples here. Shall we wait for you? Shall we wait for you? Here we are offering to wait, right? What are we offering here? We are offering to wait. That is the reason we have used shall. Now if I write will in place of shall, will we wait for you? Is it right? No. We are offering to wait. We are not asking somebody to wait for us, right? So will is wrong and we will be using shall. Shall we wait for you? See one more example. Shall I send you a piece of cake? Shall I send you a piece of cake? Now I am offering to send a piece of cake. So I have used shall. What if I use will in place of shall? Will I send you a piece of cake? Is it right? No, it is wrong. Will I send you a piece of cake? I am not asking a piece of cake, but I am offering to send a piece of cake. So when I am offering to do something, I should always use shall. So the correct answer is, shall I send you a piece of cake? Understood, children? Now let's see further. So then when to use will in questions? Will is used when the person who asks the question is not initiating an action or offering to do something. Will is used when the person asking questions is not initiating an action or offering to do something. Okay, now will is used when the person who is talking, the person who is asking question is not initiating an action. He is not going to do any action or he is not offering to do anything for you. So let us see some examples. Will I get a call from him? Will I get a call from him? He is asking whether he'll get a call from somebody. Shall I get a call from him? Is it right? If I write shall in place of will, just listen. Shall I get a call from him? Is it right? I am not offering to make a call, but I am expecting somebody to call me. So shall is wrong and will is the correct option. So will I get a call from him is the right answer. The same way, next example, will we feel cold there? Will we feel cold there? Now just imagine if I write shall over here. Shall we feel cold there? Does it seem right? Now I'm asking whether it is going to feel cold there. That means some place where I'm going to go, I'm asking will it be cold over there? I am not offering this action. I'm not offering to help. I'm not initiating this action. So shall cannot be used here. So what is the correct option here? WILL will is the correct option. Will we feel cold there? Yes, this is the correct option. Now children, last week also we had done these exercises where the sentence was given to you and you had to frame a question. Now just do a quick revision. I give you some more sentences and you're going to frame questions. You will be ready with your book and pencil. Open your book, write today's date and start writing the answer to this. Okay? The first question is, I shall tell her. I shall tell her. So frame a question out of this. Do you all remember how to frame a question? Yes, the question should start with shall and then will come I and then tell her. So the answer to this will be, shall I tell her? Shall I tell her? Here I am offering to do some action. I am offering to tell somebody something. So, shall I tell her? The next one, it will rain tomorrow. It will rain tomorrow. So, frame the question for this. The question should start with will. Will it rain tomorrow? Will it rain tomorrow? The next one, she will go next week. She will go next week. Now frame the question for this. The question should start with will. Will she go next week? Will she go next week? When it's a question, you're going to put a question mark at the end of it, right? Completed? Shall we go to the next? You will help me. You will help me is the sentence. Now what should the question for this be? Will you help me? Will you help me? We shall go now. We shall go now. Shall we go now? Shall we go now? The men will come back soon. The men will come back soon. Now, what should the question be? The question will start with will. Then the men come back soon. So the question will be, will the men come back soon? Will the men come back soon? Done, children? So let's go to the next. Short forms. Now, children, this will and shall are written in short forms also. Short forms are generally used when we are writing informally or while talking. For writing formal things, we don't use short forms, but we should know what the short forms mean. So we're going to see what the short forms for will and shall are. Will is written as apostrophe and LL. Will is written as apostrophe and LL. Small l. Understood? Shall is also written as apostrophe and LL. Shall is also written as apostrophe and LL. So will and shall, the short forms for will and shall are apostrophe, that is a comma up, that is called as apostrophe, and LL. Will not is written as WON apostrophe T. WON apostrophe T, that is known as won't. So will not is written as won't. Will not is written as won't. WON apostrophe T, won't. Shall not is written as SHAN apostrophe T. SHAN apostrophe T. So shall not is written as SHAN apostrophe T, that is shan't. Shan't. SHAN apostrophe T is read as shan't. So will is written as ill. Shall is also written as ill. Will not is written as won't. And shall not is written as shan't. Okay? If you want to reply in negative, then we will use will not or shall not along with no. Supposing for any question I want to say a no for an answer. If somebody is asking you, will you go to school tomorrow? And you want to reply, no, I will not or I shall not. So the will not and shall not has to come along with no, and the short form of will not is won't, and the short form of shall not is shan't. We just now saw that. So will not is won't, shall not is shan't. So when we are saying the answer no, I have to write will not or shall not along with no. Now let's see some short forms here. I apostrophe LL means I will or I shall. I apostrophe LL is I will or I shall. Next, we apostrophe LL means we will or we shall. We apostrophe LL is we will or we shall. Now the next one, he apostrophe LL is he will. He apostrophe LL is he will. In the same way, we can write she will, they will, it will, you will. Yes? So just go through this again. I apostrophe LL is I will. We apostrophe LL is we will or we shall. He apostrophe LL is he will. She apostrophe LL is she will. They apostrophe LL is they will. It apostrophe LL is it will. And you apostrophe LL is you will. Yes, children? Understood? Now let's see the negative statements. I shan't means I shall not. I won't means I will not. We shan't means we shall not. We won't means we will not. He won't means he will not. They won't means they will not. You won't means you will not. Understood, children? So how the short forms are read? I shan't is I shall not. I won't is I will not. We shan't is we shall not. We won't is we will not. He won't is he will not. They won't is they will not. And you won't is you will not. Yes, understood? Now let's see. You're going to give short replies. There are some statements I'll give you, questions I'll be asking, and you're going to reply in short. Yes? Will you go to bed tonight? Will you go to bed tonight? So the answer to this will be yes, I will, or yes, I shall. You can write both over here. Yes, I will, or yes, I shall. Will you do your homework? Will you do your homework? Yes, I will, or yes, I shall. Yes, I will, or yes, I shall. Will your mother do your homework? Will your mother do your homework? No, she won't. No, she won't. Will you go to play today? Will you go to play today? No, I won't, or no, I shan't. No, I won't, or no, I shan't. Now children, I gave you some questions and you're going to write the short answers for this. Yes? Just write down the answer and then I will show you the correct answer so that we can check if you have written it correctly. Will your friends go to school next week? Will your friends go to school next week? So what do you think the answer should be? Write it down. Only the short answers you have to write. Let's check. Yes, they will. Yes, they will. If you have written no, also there is no problem. But then the answer should be no, they won't. If you have written no, it should be no, they won't. Okay, children? Next, will your teacher go to school tomorrow? Will your teacher go to school tomorrow? So write what answer you should write for this. No, she won't. No, she won't. If you have written yes, she will, that is also right. But you just have to remember when you are writing yes, then it will be she will. And if you are writing no, then it has to be she won't. Yes? Let's see the next one. Will you go to play tonight? Will you go to play tonight? Yes, I will, or yes, I shall. Will your father do your homework tonight? Will your father do your homework tonight? So what will you write for this? No, he won't. No, he won't. Yes, children, completed. Now let's go to the next. Now we are going to learn to write complete answers. Okay, we are going to learn to write the answers in a complete form. When will you go to bed tonight? When will you go to bed tonight? So the answer given in the bracket is 9 o'clock. So you have to write a statement using this 9 o'clock. So when will you go to bed tonight? And you have to use 9 o'clock. So what will the answer for this be? I will go to bed tonight at 9 o'clock. I will go to bed tonight at 9 o'clock. Or I can also write it as I shall go to bed tonight at 9 o'clock. I shall go to bed tonight at 9 o'clock. Here I've told you I can use both will or shall. How come? I can use shall because I am offering to do some action. I'm offering to go to bed tonight at 9 o'clock. I have used will also here because I have made a decision. Yes, I will go to bed tonight at 9 o'clock. I'm sure of it. So I've used will. When I have made a decision and I'm very sure about it, then I have used will. So both are right. If I write I will go to bed tonight at 9 o'clock is also right. I shall go to bed tonight at 9 o'clock is also right. When will school begin tomorrow? When will school begin tomorrow? The time given in the bracket is 8:30. 8:30. So the answer has to be school will begin tomorrow at 8:30. School will begin tomorrow at 8:30. Now children, I have these sentences for you where you're going to write the answer. I will show you the answers later on and let us check whether it is right. So just remove your book and your pencil, open it and just write the answers for these questions. When will Mrs. Shah come back home? When will Mrs. Shah come back home? And the time given in the bracket is 8 o'clock. Okay, so write an answer using the time 8 o'clock. Yes, shall I show you the correct answer? Let's see what the answer is. Mrs. Shah will come back home at 8 o'clock. Mrs. Shah will come back home at 8 o'clock. Yes? Okay, children, shall we move to the next one? When will the children go home? When will the children go home? The time given is 1 o'clock. Okay, so write the answer for this using the time 1 o'clock. Yes, shall we see the answer now? Children will go home at 1 o'clock. Children will go home at 1 o'clock. Let's go to the next one. When will Mr. Shah finish work? When will Mr. Shah finish work? And the time given is 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock. So write the answer for this using the time 5 o'clock. Let us see. Mr. Shah will finish work at 5 o'clock. Mr. Shah will finish work at 5 o'clock. Mr. Shah will finish work at 5 o'clock. When will you wake up tomorrow? Write the answer for this. When will you wake up tomorrow? The time given is 7 o'clock. So what should the answer be for this? When will you wake up tomorrow? So the answer should start with I. I will wake up tomorrow at 7 o'clock. I will wake up tomorrow at 7 o'clock, or else I can also write I shall wake up tomorrow at 7 o'clock. So I can use will also here, or I can use shall also here. Okay, children? So, understood when we have to use will or when we have to use shall. This confusion will come only when you're framing questions. When you're framing questions for I or WEB, then we have to think when to use will or when to use shall. Yes, children? Understood? Now go through this again, revise again, and then there is a worksheet for you on the link given below. You have to complete the worksheet and submit it. Okay? Bye. Sai Ram.